J-Dog John Carson. Let's wait for this truck to pass by. Hey, welcome to the show, guys. Oh, a special shout out to Joe C. Scott. So, hi Joe, welcome to the show. Hopefully it brings something good to you in your garden. If you're thinking about planting a pear tree, here's an idea. Do a four-way pear. Now, usually if you do a four-way pear, you have the option to do a European pear, or you can do an Asian pear. A couple things to think about. Now, European pear has that traditional pear shape, and on a European pear, you can expect to find some very common, dependable varieties of pear. For instance, on this particular one here, we have the Dwarf Bartlett Pear. It is that's the traditional pear you think about. Has that light green, almost a yellow tinge of pear on there, tinge of color. And by the way, a helpful hint on pear trees is it's late summer when you are harvesting them, but you don't want them to ripen on the tree. Now, some folks like that, but best to pluck them before that and then let them ripen inside. Once they're ripe, by the way, that's when we want to refrigerate them, so to keep them a little bit longer so they don't over ripen. And sometimes the differences in pears, by the way, say from a red Bartlett and a Bartlett, it is just the color. But if, say, you take an Anjou pear or a D'Anjou pear and a Bartlett, you might think about, well, there's a little bit more grittiness in a D'Anjou versus a Bartlett, but that's sometimes a little bit on when it is plucked and how far ripened it is. If you leave it on the tree, by the way, that's when those the sugars turn into kind of a starch crystal, and that's when you get that little more of that grittiness, by the way. So pluck them just before they ripen, and then ripen them inside. A couple of different varieties on. Let's just go over the European pears. The difference between a Bartlett and a red Bartlett, and that's generally the pollinator on your four-way trees, is just the color. The red Bartlett has a little more red, not much difference on the taste. A conference pear, by the way, is much more like a D'Anjou. I hope I'm saying this. It's D'Anjou. Conference pear has that more of that russeted look. Like a Bosc pear. So it has a little more of that browning tinge to it, which is the kind that I like. And then, see, I've got D'Anjou. D'Anjou is a nice green pear that kind of ripens a little bit lighter. So we've got two green pears, a red one, and then kind of a russeted type on there. So that's on the European pears. That probably should sum it up right there. I've got another pear I want to tell you about, the Asian pears that I really like. Guys, that's the show for the day. Here's your thought. The palest ink is clearer than the fondest memory. That's it. Old ancient Chinese proverb. Guys, that's the show. Always live your passion.
You see me right out of the sunset on the color TV screen. I'm